Putin's strategic move, Russia ready to collaborate with Trump on rare earth minerals introduction, a global power play and a surprising geopolitical twist. Russian President Vladimir Putin has officially declared his willingness to work with former U.S. President Donald Trump on rare earth minerals, a move that could shift global supply chains and redefine international economic relations. But what does this announcement mean for the U.S., Russia, and the rest of the world? Is this a calculated strategy, a diplomatic maneuver, or a genuine opportunity for economic cooperation? Let's break down the implications from multiple perspectives. The importance of rare earth minerals. Why does it matter? Rare earth minerals are critical components in modern technology, from smartphones and electric vehicles to military hardware and renewable energy solutions. China currently dominates the global supply chain, producing over 60% of the world's rare earth elements. The U.S. and its allies have long sought to reduce their dependency on China, making Russia's vast reserves of rare earths a potentially game-changing alternative. But can Russia truly replace China as a major supplier? And what would be the geopolitical consequences of such a shift? Putin's calculations, a smart diplomatic gamble. Russia has been facing economic sanctions from the West since the annexation of Crimea in 2014, which intensified after the Ukraine war. The rare earth minerals industry presents an opportunity for Moscow to bypass Western restrictions and forge stronger economic ties with the U.S., especially if Trump, known for his pragmatic approach to diplomacy, regains power in the upcoming elections. From Russia's perspective, this cooperation could diversify its export markets beyond China, reducing dependency on a single buyer, improve economic ties with the U.S. while driving a wedge between Washington and Beijing, leverage its mineral wealth as a strategic tool in global negotiations. However, can Russia genuinely deliver on its promises? Does it have the infrastructure to compete with China in the rare earth market? Trump's perspective, an economic win or a political risk? Donald Trump has long advocated for reducing U.S. dependence on China, especially in critical industries. If re-elected, he may view a rare earth partnership with Russia as a way to strengthen America's economic position while reinforcing his America First policy. Potential benefits for the U.S. include reduced reliance on Chinese rare earths, enhancing national security, lower costs for U.S. industries reliant on these materials, strengthened geopolitical leverage against China. However, there are significant political risks, domestic backlash, given the ongoing tensions between the U.S. and Russia. Any collaboration could be met with opposition from lawmakers and security analysts. Uncertainty in U.S.-Russia relations. Will Congress approve such a deal, or will it be blocked by political opposition? Reliability of Russia as a trade partner. Can the U.S. trust Russia to maintain stable trade relations in the long run? Would the American public support such an economic partnership? Or would concerns over national security outweigh economic incentives? China's reaction. A new trade war. China is unlikely to take this move lightly. As the dominant player in the rare earth market, Beijing has previously used its control over supply chains as a geopolitical weapon. If Russia diverts its rare earth exports to the U.S., China might retaliate by cutting off rare earth exports to both Russia and the U.S., dumping prices to maintain market dominance, strengthening alliances with other rare earth-producing nations. Like Myanmar and Australia, would a U.S.-Russia rare earth alliance trigger a new phase in the ongoing U.S.-China trade war? The European Union and India. Strategic responses. Europe has been actively seeking rare earth alternatives to reduce reliance on both China and Russia. Meanwhile, India, another rising power, has its own ambitions in the rare earth sector. Europe. The EU might view this U.S.-Russia collaboration with skepticism, given the ongoing NATO tensions with Moscow. Could this push the EU to accelerate its investment in African and South American rare earth mining projects? India. As a country with significant rare earth reserves, India may see this as an opportunity to position itself as a neutral supplier. Will India ramp up production to counterbalance global market shifts? How should these regions respond to protect their economic and security interests? Potential challenges in U.S.-Russia cooperation. Despite the strategic advantages, multiple challenges could derail this partnership. Sanctions and trade restrictions. U.S. sanctions on Russia could make formal trade agreements difficult. Trust deficit. The history of strained U.S.-Russia relations could make negotiations complex and fragile. Infrastructure gaps. While Russia has reserves, does it have the mining and processing capabilities to meet U.S. demand? Market stability. Would investors trust such an alliance, or would they see it as too volatile? Can these hurdles be overcome? Or will this remain another geopolitical talking point without real action? Conclusion. A turning point in global trade. Putin's declaration marks a significant moment in global economic diplomacy. If this partnership materializes, it could shift the power dynamics of the rare earth industry, reduce China's dominance, and open new doors for US-Russia economic ties, but critical questions remain. Will Trump and the US government officially engage with Russia on rare earth minerals? How will China react to a potential supply chain shift? Can Russia truly compete with China in terms of efficiency, pricing, and reliability? Will international opposition prevent this partnership from taking shape as global powers navigate this complex economic chessboard the world watches closely? What do you think? Should the US take a chance on Russia? Or is this a risky gamble with uncertain rewards?